Hey, what's up, guys? Jag from Jaggy Sports. It is March the 2nd, 2022, and again, the Lakers lost last night. I actually thought they played fairly well, but Russell Westbrook went, I think it was 5 for 17. Not good. He's lost all confidence, 100%. Before I get into this whole shebang, make sure you guys hit subscribe, like, and notification, and you will hear what I am talking about. So the deal is they lost, yes, and now they're 7 games below 500, which is pretty bad. But the one thing that you can take away from this is what LeBron James said, saying, he remains confident until I'm buried 12 feet under. He's always going to play like phenomenal and do the best he can, which is 100% true because, the guy's 37, got to give him credit. And he's also playing at a very high level for his age. I just think that the pieces the pieces around him are not too good. And you got like guys like Carmelo Anthony. That's cool that he's shooting buckets, but the guy doesn't play any defense. Yeah, I like Carmelo Anthony, but the guy plays no defense. So was it a mistake? And I'm not just calling out Carmelo Anthony, I'm calling out everybody, right? Like Dwight Howard, Avery Bradley, guys like Stanley Johnson was a pretty good one, pretty good too, but he's not. He can only do so much, right? And Austin Reeves as well. But so my question to you guys: was it a mistake for LeBron to come to LA? You tell me.
They're not missing the play-in. They'll get in the play-in tournament, no doubt about it. But they look like trash right now. The Lakers look horrible. Frank Vogel's probably going to lose his job. It's not his fault. We know he can coach. The problem is when you watch the Lakers, even though they were far more competitive last night than they were against the New Orleans Pelicans the other night, you just see too many nuggets of proof of how they've tuned Frank Vogel out. If you really, really want to think about it, let me tell you what's making the Lakers sick and what should be said about the Lakers that should make Laker Nation sick. And I'm here in L.A. right across the street. I'm telling you, they should be sick to their stomach, doggy. Ty Lue, some would say, is the best coach in basketball. You wanted Ty Lue, but ended up not wanting him because you wanted to pick his staff. And this man had gone to 4 straight NBA Finals and won a championship, overcoming a 3-1 deficit to beat the 73-win Golden State Warriors. And you disrespected Ty Lue by trying to insist on his staff. That's point number one. Point number two, one of the coaches you wanted to insist on him having was Jason Kidd, who was an assistant for you, and then you let him go instead of letting Frank Vogel go and elevating Jason Kidd. And look at the job Jason Kidd is doing in Dallas right now. Yeah. Frank Vogel's a good coach. He's got a championship. I'm very fond of him. I don't want him to lose his job. I don't think this is his fault. It's up to his management. It's the Linda and Kurt Ramesses of the world that Jeannie Buss is listening to, and Rob Pelinka, Mr. Pleaser, and LeBron. All of them are in on it. They all have culpability. But let me tell you something. If you wanted Jason Kidd that badly on your staff that you was willing to bypass Ty Lue, okay, why in God's name would you let him leave for Dallas? Look at the job he is doing with the Dallas Mavericks. He's got Luka playing better. Defensively, they're one of the elite teams. There's no reason for it.
Before Christopher gets in, though, Stephen A., you heard LeBron, right? So they get AD back. If they get AD back in a month, you still have LeBron James there. You don't think they can go and make a run? You really think it's over this year?
I don't think they're going deep. I don't think they're winning in the playoffs. I think that the Lakers are probably going home in the first round because they'll most assuredly will have to play Golden State, Phoenix, or Memphis. And all 3 of those teams are beating the Los Angeles Lakers this year.
All right, so you have them going home in the first round. What about you?
Yeah, they're not. Steve's right. They'll win a play-in game. You know, big deal. They're not there to win the 7-10 play-in nonsense. They're there to win championships. They got killed by Phoenix. They lost badly to Phoenix last year, albeit Davis got hurt. But he's never healthy anyway. And they will go. They'll be dangerous. He's LeBron James. But they will lose in the first round. And again, I love Stephen A. But, I mean, West every year is in the NBA final. This is his, fourth year in L.A. So he didn't make the playoffs the first year, albeit he got hurt, but he didn't make the playoffs. He won in a bubble. Last year he lost to Phoenix in the first round in 6 games, and he's going to lose to them again in the first round this year, or Golden State, probably Phoenix. Lose to them again in the first round this year. So it's 4 years in L.A., 1 year he's not in the playoffs, and the other 2 years he's out of the first round. So let's take it easy about this greatness of LeBron as a Los Angeles Laker.
He's been in 10 NBA Finals. He's been in 10
in the
NBA
Eastern
Finals.
Conference. In the Eastern Conference.
So that's what we're doing now.
But Stephen A., when he puts it that way, when he puts it that way with the 4 years in the resume, I know how big you are on resumes.
Right.
Do you think maybe this actually was a mistake?
I don't believe it was a mistake because I believe that he delivered on the promise. He delivered the goods. He delivered the championship. The Lakers, I would remind y'all, had missed the playoffs 6 straight years before LeBron James arrived, okay? When LeBron James arrived his first year, he got hurt. Okay, right. And he missed like 17 straight games, and his season was compromised. Then he got help with Anthony Davis. He remained healthy. They went in the bubble. They won the chip.
Yeah.
Last year, Anthony Davis was hurt again, and LeBron was hurt. LeBron was not 100% in the playoffs last year. This, to me, there's 2 full seasons with LeBron in L.A. When the year he won a title, and this year, they looked horrible this year, and he has to be held accountable for that. I'll give you that. But in the same breath, when you talk about Jerry West, and I hate having this subject because I love and respect the hell out of Jerry West, and I know how great he is. What I'm saying to you is this. When you talk about a person that perpetually lived in the NBA Finals, doggy, I think we have to take into consideration the fact that even though you won 1, you couldn't figure out how to win the other 8 times. I mean, damn. I can't ignore that.
The one they won, that's probably the greatest team of all time.
Okay.
Keep that in mind. Okay. He didn't just win. He didn't win some nominal championship. The 71-72 Lakers won, that's 33 in a row. They killed the Knicks. That's one of the great teams in the history of the NBA. And one other thing. When did Frank Vogel become a dope? 15 months ago, he won a championship. Now we got to bring Jason Kidd to coach the team? Oh, calm down, Steve.
I didn't say
Let him coach the team.
Excuse me. I didn't say that. I didn't throw shade on Frank Vogel. I know Frank Vogel's a good coach, but he wasn't their first choice. He wasn't their second choice. He wasn't their third choice. They wanted Ty Lue. They wanted Monty Williams. They wanted Jason Kidd. Frank Vogel was doing Get Up on ESPN.
Stephen A.,
what are you talking about?
What would be, he brings up a good point. What would be the difference right now if they had a different coach? How would this be any different?
I think, first of all, you would have had individuals in place that would have held the team more accountable. Perhaps they would have dealt with Russell Westbrook a bit earlier. Perhaps they would have been able to have a stronger hand involving with LeBron James and convinced him to not just go out there and want to bring his boys on the squad with him and help make a better decision. There are a variety of things that could have happened if you were not the mild-mannered Frank Vogel, who was happy to get a head coaching job and was willing to accept whatever conditions the Lakers threw in his direction to make sure he was employed, which there's no crime against that. A lot of us would have done that in Frank Vogel's position. But make no mistake, he was not a first, second, or third choice for the Los Angeles Lakers. Okay. He was doing hits on Get Up.
All right.
Okay?
So you feel like their fate
and that's how he became the head coach of the Los Angeles Lakers, because he was willing to accept Linda and Kurt Rambis and people like that picking his coaching staff for him. That is a fact.
So there you have it. I don't think it was a mistake for him to come to LA. He did deliver 1 title. But, if he wants to be considered like a legend, like he's already a legend, I take that back. If he wants to solidify his spot with the Laker legends, you got to win more than 1, right? So at the end of the day, it's going to be tough for them to make the play-in tournament, I think. I think they're missing the playoffs. I don't know. I think Stephen A. Smith has given them a lot of credit, saying that they will make the play-in tournament because Anthony Davis is reported he's out for another 4 to 5 weeks. So that pretty much leaves you out of the playoff picture, because the way they're playing, Portland Trailblazers are right underneath them, two games below the Lakers. You can't just rely on the play-in tournament. That's stupid. So, was it a mistake for LeBron James to come to LA? And will the Lakers make the playoffs? Leave a comment in the comment section. This is Jag from Jaggy Sports. Make sure you hit subscribe, like, and notification. You know the deal. Jag from Jaggy Sports.